Hey everyone, RSKOS here, and welcome back to another episode of Paper Mario the Origami King. First time I get to say that in the series. Last time, we got introduced with the game and the main villain, King Ollie, who has completely transformed the Princess Peach into Origami along with a bunch of Bowser's minions and lifted the castle up into the distance. We also met Olivia here. How about we head over to to where Peach's castle used to be. Great start. And this time we're going to do just that after filling in this hole. Also, real quick, I wanted to lay some quick groundwork for the series in that this game is incredibly new, and I mentioned before that I have not actually 100% in it, even though that's the plan to at least attempt to do so this time. I like to think that I've learned quite a bit about the game, but keep in mind, I've also only played through it one time at this point, so I'm sure 100% that there will be things out there that I do not know, but y'all might. Feel free to share, is what I'm getting at. Hannah! Mustache. It's a flat paper person. Get some things out of the trees here. It's a mustache of paper. Looks almost like Origransappy. Got some more spots here. How can he just do... Oh, whoops. Just whacking things out. Not very creative. I broke the whisper. Whoops. Also, don't worry about the fact that the game is flinging money at us left and right. Nice hammer. He's just hitting stuff. How can he do that? Okay, I'm gonna stop with the whispers, guys. I need to actually, talk about the game and not just do that. But yeah, don't worry about the amount of coins we're getting. It's going to be a lot, but there's actually a reason for it. It's not money for the sake of money. However, that reason won't really be coming into play, at least not right away. There we go, got some more confetti. We have a treasure chest up there, of all things. And there's also a kind of peculiar looking spot down there. And a giant gold nut up top. Kind of a quiet forest here. Looks lovely, though. You're gonna hear me praise this to hell and back, but I love, love, love this game's art style so much. Got some leaves. Yeah, I love the heck out of this game's art style. I know a lot of people don't care for it just because it's kind of emblematic of the previous two games, but honestly, I've always liked the art style. The paper puns, I won't lie, do get a little old eventually, but I mean, I can deal with it. Wow, I am terrible at this. If you're wondering what on earth I'm doing here whacking these leaves, the goal here of this, I guess, mini game is to match everything together. We got a shriveled mushroom. Water it to return it to its original form. Bingo! What are you? You're 10 coins. Got some confetti. There's the 10 coins. Yay, 10 coins. And some health that I didn't need. What I do need is this star. We are going to make use of this invincibility to run across these spikes as fast as we can. Please don't wear off while I open this chest. And we got the first collectible treasure, Peach's Castle. Yeah, just a heads up, like the question marks, there's collectible treasures scattered across the entire world. They essentially just show you figurines of both characters and environment pieces. These count as 100%. And oh boy, of the things to 100%, these are gonna by far be the hardest just because of some particular things that count as collectible treasures. Collectible treasure. Ooh, it's cute. You should try to collect more of them, Mario. Maybe even all of them. We're going to. While we have the star, let's hit this block. Doo-da-dee-da. Check out the Musée Champignon in Toad Town to see all of your collectible treasures in one place. I really wish that scrolled faster. Also, the Musée Champignon, we don't know what that is yet, but we might find it out soon. If you're wondering, by the way, that was not what we were supposed to do in this area. That was optional 100% fun. We have a bunch of these holes. I should also point out, while we're on the topic of things that count toward 100% completion, so do the holes. These quote-unquote not bottomless holes, as they're called, I swear I'm not making that up, count as 100% completion. Luckily, they're probably the easiest thing to complete. A faded fire flower. Would watering it restore its potency? I have a nice little reflective pond over there. And a wilted rose, I guess. That is suddenly less wilted, and it's also not a rose. That's a boombox. Okay. That's a Birdo. Hi, Birdo. How you doing? You enjoying these cameos? That's all you've been getting lately. Well, that was weird, but at least we have a way forward now. Sure seems like a lot of weird stuff is happening. Indeed. Let's see what this other vine is. I guess that one didn't do anything. Let's fill in that hole. And collect some more of the scrap. Come on, yeah, now you can cover some more. There we go. Pretty much full. Not quite, but close enough to do. Can I go inside here, actually? Wow, I actually didn't know there were any coins in here. The more you learn. See, I've already learned something new since my first playthrough. Yay! More confetti. I see a not bottomless hole over here. Let's go ahead and fill that in. That one required quite a bit. And coins, along with another question mark block, which is the most important thing, of course. Some more confetti that I kind of have to pick up. Oh, there is nothing in that tree. This one, on the other hand, has something giant. Not that we're getting it. Well, I could use some more confetti. Interesting. Let's try using the arms, and sure enough, just a bunch of bomb arms fall out like in Smash Brothers. That'd be my luck. That's what always happens to me. Shriveled seed, a seed that seems to be shriveled up for a lack of water. Well, there is some water in a spring nearby. Don't know what we need it for, though. Eerie. Also, just gonna point out, look how much confetti these trees drop here. This is kind of ridiculous, actually. Eerie Forest. Huh. Kind of an interesting looking stump. Have we been here before, actually? I feel like we're going in circles, guys. Does it feel like we're not really getting anywhere? Sometimes when, like, folding gets tough, I like to take a break and clear my head. You know, just sit down somewhere nice and flat with perfect lighting. Like on that tree stump. There is a convenient stepway to get up. Hey, who's there? You can't sit on Ol'Gransappy's head, mister. That's right, he's the elder of this forest. Show some respect. He's got twigs older than you. So what if he's been logged by those nasty little toads? He's still the man, honey. Yes, yes, Golf. Thank you, darlings. Bless your bark. You young men, go back and tell your flat paper friends what a state I'm in. I've hardly the hardwoods to speak of, let alone learn you some manners. That's right, tell him, Gransappy. No toads allowed. Oh, Gransappy here hadn't been the same since they cut him down. That's why he's mad at y'all. Flat paper folks cutting down good trees in their prime. Shame on you. Oh, and by the way, you need Gransappy's permission if you ever plan on leaving, hon. So now that you're here, you better get comfy, cause you're gonna be here forever. But forever? I think that means a really long time, and I can't deal with that. Mr. Gransappy, we're not those... we're not with those flat paper people who did this to you. And actually, I'm not even flat paper. I'm Origami. Oh, Origami, you say? My eyes aren't what they used to be. They're black, hollow voids peering into the depths of this tree stump. Well, if what you say is true, then perhaps you may be of some assistance to me. If you find a way to restore my energy, I may just let the two of you leave this place. That's so wonderfully generous of you, truly. I only wish we knew how to restore your energy. Anyway, we're in a hurry ourselves, so we'll do our best to help. I guess if you're gonna help Gransappy, we'll let you wander around a bit. There you go, child. Now you can be on your merry way along the mountain. Just don't go wandering off too far. You gotta find something called a soul seed. They say that's the only thing that can help old Gransappy get his energy back. Good luck! Soul seed, huh? You got anything else to say, Gransappy? You have something for me? We got a shriveled seed. Will that help? Is it working? How do you feel? Nope, that ain't it. We got it back. What's wrong with that seed? A seed's a seed, isn't it? Well, it is kind of shriveled. Look out, the trees have eyes. Mustache alert. What does he even want? Well, I want the save block right now. And then to fill in this bottomless pit. Or not bottomless pit. There is a bottom. Presumably that will damage you. If we head down here. Ambush! Whoa. It's been a while since that first battle, hasn't it? Yeah, it actually has. I think I remember how everything works. Do you? Let's give it a shot. Our first real battle, mostly on our own, I guess. Alright, this seems familiar. You're gonna line these folded soldiers up, remember? Really wanting to hammer this battle system in. These Goombas look like they can be arranged into a single line. Remember how to move the rings? You just, I'll let you figure it out. Let's move it this way, and bingo! Tech power up. You got them all lined up. Nice work, Mario. If you can do this every time, you'll be good to go. Jump will work on these enemies. Yeah, if you have a line of enemies, you use the jump. If you have a block of enemies, you use the hammer. Pretty straightforward. Yep, That reminds me, you know about action commands, right? If you press A just as you land on an enemy, you'll deal more damage. Let's give it a try. Get ready. Press A as soon as it appears. A, 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 A. I only just realized that they didn't have an A prompt in the original 2 games. Oh well. Yes, a perfectly lined up jump attack is so satisfying. If you can land multiple action commands during battles, you'll take your enemies out in no time. Last wave. Another wave of folded soldiers came out of nowhere. Huh, they're spread out a bit differently this time, aren't they? We need to line them up a certain way. You know what to do, right? Indeed I do. They're all in the perfect position. Nice work, Mario. You're such a pro. Now we can flank them all at once. Hammer! Yes, yes, Olivia. And I have even more good news. You can use that. Yes, Olivia. Yes. Yes. You can use action commands with the hammer the same as the jump. Junk? As the jump. Whoops. You can press A when the burst flashes brightest. I consider this action command the hardest, at least of, you know, jump and hammer. But it's definitely the easiest to pull off if you know, get a handle on the timing. It's not as easy as just press A with good rhythm. There's just one single chance to time that one right, but if you get that timing down, hammer is easily the most ready attack you have. There's one other super important kind of action command. When enemies are attacking you, press A just before you get hit to guard and take less damage. Yep, you can guard enemies' attacks. Not that we're probably gonna see that for a while, to be honest. Go get him, Mario. Keep lining up enemies and using action commands. 536 coins. Yeah, don't worry about the insane amount of coins we're getting. They have a purpose. Hey, this is great. Taking out these floated soldiers released a ton of confetti. We can use as much as we find with all the terrible holes around here, I'd say. What a great deal. We get rid of an enemy and get confetti to boot. And when they explode, it's like a party. That's morbid, actually. Still, though, how are there already floated soldiers this deep in the forest? Do you think they're just going around causing trouble everywhere? I have such a bad feeling about this. Confetti! We're full up. Let's fill in the path here. Let's see. Ah! As I'm sure you just noticed, you can also get a first strike by jumping or hammering enemies in battle. Honestly though, in this game, first strikes are not all that useful. To be, at least for dealing damage in a battle. They do like 4 damage to one enemy. Big whoop, I know. Oh no, the photo soldiers are spread out all over the place. There's no way we can line them up in a single move. We'll be crippled before our adventure has even begun. That's just mean. Wait, do you see that? It says ×2 under ring moves. It looks like you get 2 chances to move the rings in 1 turn. If some battles will let us move the rings twice, that changes things. Okay, let's think. You could start by, moving that one. Then, I'll leave the rings to you, Mario. Go get them. Yep, in certain battles, you will have more than 1 chance to move the rings. These are usually determined by the battle formation of the enemies in advance. Let's jump on these guys. Boop, 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 boop. And way less coins, wow. What do you have to say? I can't believe I had one of those folded things hiding on me. Is that what it feels like when you walk into a spider's web? Oh god, that's awful. Oh, now I feel terrible. Here, take these and we'll call it even. Money! Got anything more? Every time one of my leaves itches, I I'm gonna think it's another one of those things. Yep, sucks to be you. What do you have to say? So if you defeat one of those folded creatures, it turns into confetti. That information could really save a lot of trees, you know? I guess, in a world where everything is made out of paper, including the trees, and other sources of paper are unique. I just got some, like, some meta stuff in my head there. Whoa, there are a lot more folded soldiers this time. We'll never hit all of these enemies with a single attack. Is this the end? Is this really our final battle? It's been an honor fighting alongside you, Mario. There's a third fight, calm down. Well, fourth fight. Oh, look, Mario, the action section. Does that mean we get 2 attacks in this one turn? Let's find out. Try selecting your first attack now. Similar to the battle arrangement, or when you're arranging the enemies, similar to how you can have multiple times to turn the ring, you can also have multiple attacks in one round. Again, it's not random, it's based on the enemy formation for that battle. Generally, it's safe to assume if you actually manage to line all your enemies up properly, you'll have enough action commands to completely wipe the field in any given wave. Of course, we're not in a wave battle right now. This is a singles, meaning... Yes, I knew it! You've still got 1 action remaining. Pick your second attack, Mario. Meaning, this will be the last round of enemies. I'm not doing the best job of explaining this, it's very roundabout, but... It's not as complicated as I'm making it sound, or as the game is making it sound, trust me. Wow, with 2 actions, you're almost unstoppable. With a successful lineup and multiple actions, we can take out a ton of enemies in a single turn. Always check your remaining actions before you choose your attacks. I would say the most important thing to keep in mind is how many chances it gives you to turn the ring. How many actions it gives you generally isn't an issue. It almost always gives you enough to take out all the enemies on the field. How many turns it gives you to rotate the rings, though, is another matter. Also, I got into some meta stuff when I was talking about trees, the trees in this world being made of paper, and technically, paper is made of trees in our world, and I went into a deep, dark, metaphysical plane of thought for just a moment. We're gonna move on from that. We got some holes all the way around here. Fill that in. Fill this in too. What do you have to say? You wouldn't believe the restorative power this spring has. Wrinkles? Gone. Dry spots? Wet. It's amazing! Well, it is a spring, but I guess that technically is true. We got a mushroom! Collectible treasure number 2. Okay, let's see what this spring is all about. We saw interesting things happening in it before. Hey, this is that spring that we saw before. I feel calmer somehow, just standing near it. Yeah, I absolutely love how this water looks, by the way. I love the reflections. Way better looking than what they did in the previous few games. Normally, I wouldn't suggest this, but do you think we should try throwing something in there? We have the seed. Let's see what we got. Soul Seed. A fully revitalized Soul Seed. Give it to Ol'Gransappy. Did you hear that? I think it might have been Ol'Gransappy crying out. He seemed pretty feeble when we talked to him, but that was no feeble. Oh no, oh no. Do you think he's okay? The trees are freaking out. Real quick, before we go checking Gransappy, let's put the flower and mushroom into the spring and see what happens to them. You know, as the trees freak out around us. Da-da-da-da! Our first battle item, a fire flower. Uses to throw fireballs at enemies in a straight line. It's essentially an alternative jump. I would consider it more powerful than the normal jump, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't use items very much in this game. At least in my original playthrough, I did not end up using items very often. I'm sure there are some items that are secretly very good, and I will try and experiment with them a little bit more on this playthrough, but just a heads up, generally, the game never expects you to use items. Only in very rare circumstances will it expect you to use an item, and if it does, it's gonna give it to you right before the battle. With that, though, and with us being like 5 minutes overtime, I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you all for watching, and next time, we're gonna go see what made Grandsappy scream. Wow, that's morbid. Thank you all for watching. I've been RSKOS, and I will see y'all next time. Take care. Bye!